Thanks for joining me. So the goal today is to make some nice easy beginner tongs for handling some small stock. But the advantage of these is a very simple beginner project, just made from 10mm square. Okay, so the idea of these tongs is just to try and make it a bit quicker and easier. So I've got some 10mm square, just to make a basic functional set of tongs for a beginner. Now I've actually gone ahead and I've MIG welded a couple of tack welds and that to keep it together. The idea being that when I do my bends, I'll have two even blanks and I'll just separate them. So I've never tried that before. It might be more trouble than it's worth, but sometimes it can be quite fiddly to match your tongs up. So I just wanted to give that a go. Okay, so I've put one of my spot weld marks about 4 inches in. And the idea is that's going to make roughly the point. So I'm just marking a pin punch where I want my second bend to go. So far, so I think you can see what the advantage of that is going to be. So that's two sort of been done at once. Okay, so I'm just going to refine that a little bit more to get it where I want. I want just a little bit more on this bend. Quite a bit more on this side, I think. Okay, so that's looking fairly close to where I want to be. More than likely some very minor adjustments. So now I just need to take this, straighten out this last end piece. So I've just placed a piece of pipe over one side of the bending forks there, just so I can try and get a smaller gap to bend the end piece of the tongs. So just having a close look at those now, I can see that those nibs need to go maybe about 20 degrees sloping forward. So rather than try and actually bend the nibs, I'm actually going to tighten up on that circle, because as you can see that's not quite even as well. So I'll just bring that whole half of the tong down, and this way I'm fine tuning both sides of the tongs at the same time. Got it in the bench vise now. We'll just zip these welds off and we'll see how successful I was. And I'll just take those burrs off from the MIG welder. So I've just marked up on the anvil roughly where I want to put my tong blank, just to try and keep the two blanks consistent. We've marked those out, so we'll just get them defined a little better. That's about as deep as I want to go with that, so we'll just try and give that a bit of a clean up. And the same thing with the other one. I may actually have to drill out this section so I don't do too much damage to this. Yeah, because I've got those offsets in there, I'm actually going to drill those out the rest of the way. Otherwise it'll just bend. So I've just dropped down to this old anvil. It's got a lower height, so that'll allow me to be able to cut the groove in for this V. So let's use a larger chisel now to get the final shape. Just got a smaller Pritchett hole in this anvil, so that's why I'm going to use that one. So I've just put a chalk mark to where I want to take it down to get the size I'm after. Close. Bit of a tidy up. Okay, so that's pretty much what I was going for, just to hold some quite small stock. Just going to go ahead and knock these corners off now. So I will draw the reins out a little bit. I've got a kiss block set up there, but that's really just a guide more than anything else. Okay, so I'm just heating up the rivet. Just going to go ahead and rivet this together.